Hello again, everybody. Zach Attack is here by Atakline for this Monday, January the 9th, 2017. Well, I had a fun weekend. I had some laid-back weekend. I didn't have any gigs this week. I will have a gig tomorrow. I'm supposed to be DJing a doubleheader. Basketball, Romeo boys and girls playing against Grosse Pointe North. So, looking for that game. Hopefully, there's supposed to snow here tonight. Hopefully, the snow won't affect anything. Probably just be like a few inches, not much. To affect anything, it's probably be plowed by them all. So let's get started with no good news. Let's get to the entertainment news, starting with your number ones. Your number one movie in the weekend. Despite some competition from the Golden Globe nominated Hidden Figures, which went wide release and made a lot of money, still reigning supreme for the fourth week in a row. Rogue One, a Star Wars story in a tight race, beating Hidden Figures by 100,000. Because Rogue One made $21.9 million and Hidden Figures made $21.8 million. A tight race between those two movies. While Underworld Blood War is the only big new release this week, did okay. 13 million, proving that America doesn't want to see that stuff anymore. That may not go well for Resident Evil, which comes out at the end of the month. We got a lot of movies coming out this week that could threat Star Wars. Because you got Patriots Day, the Mark Wahlberg film about the Boston bombings during the Boston Marathon. You got Monster Trucks, which is an animated movie. You got the horror movie, the piece of shit horror movie, Bye Bye Man. Is he coming? And a new Denzel movie, Sleepless, and Live by Night. A new movie with Ben Affleck. So, see what movie gets to try to kick off Star Wars next week. Meanwhile, we have new number ones across the board on the Billboard charts. Starting with the top 200, new number one album, the 2-week reign of Pentatonics. Came to an end by The Weeknd. Starboy returning to the top of the charts. It debuted at number one when it first came out, but now it's been in the top 3 of the list ever since it got kicked off number one. It's stuck at number 2 for a week. So congrats to The Weeknd being back on top of the Billboard Top 200. Whereas song Starboy was number one a couple weeks ago. It got kicked off last week by Way Swimmer back on the charts. And now the first new number one song of the year is Migos, Bad and Bougie, with Lil Uzi Vert topping the charts and helped by a viral sensation. And may have also been helped by a name drop by Donald Glover last night during his Golden Globe speech, when Atlanta won Best Comedy, and he won Best Actor in a comedy series. Like Black Beatles, the viral online buzz helped the song. It was number 2 last week, and now it's number 1. So congrats to your new number ones, new old number 1 album, The Weeknd, and your new number 1 single, Migos, Bad and Bougie. So now, on with some, keeping with the award show thing, talk about the Golden Globes. Of course, the next big award show is the Grammys on February the 12th. Now, your host is James Corden. We know your nominees. We have no word on presenters or performers yet, but the first bit of business is being addressed. Will the Grammys do a Prince tribute, like every other award show has done, unless you're VMAs, which suck for not doing a Prince tribute. Fuck you, MTV. But the Grammys hopefully will be more like the BETs, not the Billboard Awards. Because according to several people, they are working on a tribute to Prince during the Grammys, especially involving streaming Prince songs. Now, Prince is not available on most major streaming services. He's only available on Tidal. But Prince's estate is working on deals to stream certain songs on other streaming services like Apple Music and Spotify, which will time it on Grammy night with the tribute. Now, they are working on And some of the names that have been considered for the tribute are kind of big names, according to sources. They've been saying that The Weeknd, Bruno Mars, and Rihanna have been approached or discussed about being involved in the tribute. Hopefully in that discussion, you can get some Prince-related acts in there. Sheila E., who did an awesome tribute to Prince during the BET Awards. Also get The Revolution, and a guy who wasn't even involved in the BET tribute, Morris Day in the Time, who did perform with Rihanna one time at the Grammys. So hopefully that could be an influence. So that's why we hear from several sources saying that there might be a commercial that will air during the Grammy broadcast following the tribute that would announce that certain songs are immediately available for streaming on Spotify and Apple Music. The source tells that Billboard got the exclusive news for the source that publishers, performing rights organizations, and at least one label, probably Warner, have been alerted to an impending deal of these songs being streaming. Well, it was co-reported by Bloomberg and Billboard. So I love to see a Prince tribute. All they like these names, the bigger names, like Rihanna, Weeknd, Rihanna, decent names to consider. Maybe Alicia Keys, if she inducted Prince to the Hall of Fame, but I'd love to see, like I said, Sheila E., Revolution, Third Eye Girl, and MPG be involved in the tribute as well. Or at least be like backing, because remember when Sheila did her tribute, then MPG backed her up. So hopefully there's some sincerity and some authenticity with the Prince-related artists being involved in it too. Because the Grammys did that David Bowie tribute last year with Lady Gaga and seemed to Vegasy, because the Brits kicked their asses later with the David Bowie tribute for the Brits with Lord doing Life on Mars. So hopefully the Grammy gets it right with Prince. They're looking forward to see how they do. Of course, Prince has won numerous Grammys and was nominated for Grammys. He was even up for Album of the Year in 1988 for Sign of the Times, a landmark album in his career. But his album lost to another big album that came out in 1987, The Joshua Tree. And that leads to news on the anniversary of that album being honored. U2 hinted during Christmas Day that they'll be going out some special shows to honor the 30th anniversary of The Joshua Tree. And as promised, they have announced that today. They announced the tour dates, including, as also hinted by several sources, a headlining slot at Bonnaroo, their only southern date this year. According to The Edge on Rolling Stone, they are preparing the release of Innocence follow-up, Songs of Experience. Songs of Innocence came out in 2014, and they even hinted towards that album coming out in the Christmas video as well. They hinted the Joshua Tree shows. The Edge said the album was near completion, but after what happened with the election, they want some more time for these songs to heal and think about songs to reflect the political stance. And with all this political stuff going on, it made them look back towards the Joshua Tree, the album that was released during the era of Reaganomics and Margaret Thatcher being Prime Minister of England. And now, that album's being relived on this tour. U2's never done a tour like this where they performed an album in its entirety, from front to back. Especially you open up with those first three songs, Still Haven't Found, With or Without You, Streets Have No Name, those are the first three songs. Streets Have No Name is number 1, 2 is Still Haven't Found, and 3 is With or Without You. Looking forward to see how this goes. They're playing stadiums again for the first time since 2010, because the last tour was all arenas, which I saw in Toronto. And like the last two tours, they skipped Michigan. Now, they have not played Michigan since 2010. They were here in 2011, should I say, for the U2 360 tour. But they have not played Detroit since 2005. They're going to play closest to Detroit in Chicago, in Toronto, and the closest to Detroit, Cleveland, which will be the end. The tour will start on May 12th in Vancouver, and will end July 1st with scattered openers, including Mumford & Sons, Lumineers, and One Republic. It'll be followed by a UK tour, a European tour, should I say, including a London date, with Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. Now, it's sad to see Detroit skipped on this tour, specifically. Because if you look at U2 history, The first U.S. stadium show that U2 ever played at was in Detroit, Pontiac Silverdome. And, oh yeah, if my mind serves me correct, when was that? What tour was it doing? Oh yes, the fucking Joshua Tree tour! So it's stupid that on the 30th anniversary of the Joshua Tree, on this certain tour, you skipped the city. You played a stadium act for the first time in the US 30 years ago. It's stupid that you skipped Detroit on this certain tour when it's got certain history. And you haven't played a stadium in Detroit since the Silverdome in 1997. Your Pop More tour. You know, last time you were in Detroit, you were in an arena, the Palace in 05. So it's kind of stupid. But other big cities, besides Cleveland, Chicago, and Toronto, Montreal, the only other Canadian date, Miami, Tampa, the only other southern shows, since I know contracts with festivals won't allow you to like travel within like 1,000 miles, so that's why they're not going to be in Georgia. You know, they're allowed to be in Florida, but they'll be in Texas, in Houston, Dallas, and also a couple of dates in LA, including Levi Stadium in Santa Clara and the Roseboro in LA. Also Philly, DC, Boston, Jersey. They're basically hitting coast to coast. Stuff got slapped in because they're playing Bonnaroo. And like I said, the tour ends, US leg ends in Cleveland. So there you go. I've seen them on their songs, Innocence and Experience tour, which was amazing. And interested to see how they're going to do with this Joshua Tree tour. I would like to see it, but too bad I'm not here. In Michigan, again. And I already traveled once to see him. I'm not doing it again. I'm not traveling to see U2 again. So, there you go with that. Hold on, 25 seconds.
Call from 15866697009.
Hello? Hello? Close again. No, making a video. Making a video. Telemarketer. Hey! So, well, besides U2's anniversary, that's not the only anniversary tour that was announced today. U2 celebrating the 30th anniversary of Joshua Tree. Foreigner is honoring the 40th anniversary of their existence. They have already announced a winter tour, but now they announced the summer leg of their anniversary tour, which will start on July 11th in Syracuse, New York. The summer package tour will include Cheap Trick, who are also honoring their anniversary of their debut, 40th anniversary, and Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Experience, who was the former drummer of Foreigner. You know, Jason Bonham was. The tour will zigzag across the country. It stops like a couple New York dates, including Jersey, Boston, Virginia Beach, Virginia, the Veterans United Home Loans Amphitheater. I saw Dixie Chicks there last year. Nice venue. They'll be in Cincy, Chicago. They'll be at Pine Knob on August 11th. They'll also be in Pennsylvania, Indy, Missouri, Texas, with the tour ending on September 9th in Auburn, Washington, with the last 8 or so shows not featuring Jason Bonham, just featuring Cheap Trick and Foreigner. Now, Foreigner, when they announced this tour on Billboard, they announced that with this being the 40th anniversary tour, it wouldn't feel right without inviting some former members on the tour to appear on select dates, including one, Lou Gramm. With Mick Jones saying they're not on the whole tour, but there'll be some appearances from Ian McDonald and Al Greenwood and Lou Gramm. But Lou Gramm himself countered back at those published claims, saying that on Twitter, I have not been asked to join in any part of the summer 40th anniversary tour of Foreigner, saying they're lies. That I'm retiring too. There's a retirement rumor which said they're lies, and also lies is the possibility by him joining Foreigner. I would like him to change his tune. I think a lot of people would like to see him on this tour for an appearance in any city, especially here in Detroit. But if he doesn't show up, hey, it's his decision. But I think all Foreigner fans would love to see Lou Gramm appear. Because he and Nick have done stuff together the last couple years, probably working on stuff for this anniversary. Some projects, like reissue projects. But it'd be cool to see Lou Gramm. But for right now, Lou Gramm is saying he will not be involved on the 40th anniversary tour. Speaking of tours, man, a lot of people are announcing tours today. Well, we have 2 anniversary tours announced. We have a summer leg of a tour announced by Green Day. This will be the 3rd leg of the Revolution Radio Tour. Their first leg of dates were in theaters in the fall, including in Detroit at the Fillmore. Their second leg, the arena leg, is set to kick off, and I will see them at the Joe Louis Arena on March 27th with Against Me as their openers. And now they announced a summer leg, the 3rd leg of their tour, being amphitheaters. Detroit is skipped on this certain leg, but Detroit was on 2 of the legs. You know, they're on the theater leg and the arena leg. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad. The tour will kick off on August 1st in Auburn, Washington. I think it's a mix. Mostly, there's some arenas in there, you know, in Kansas City and Portland and Oakland. But the majority are amphitheaters, including Toronto, the Budweiser stage. Is that the amphitheater? It was called the... Is it renamed now? It used to be called the Molson Amphitheater. Is it renamed Budweiser stage? So I saw Depeche Mode at the Molson Amphitheater. Yeah, that's it. Budweiser stage. Wow. Molson Amphitheater has now been renamed to Budweiser stage. So that's what it's called now. It'll also be in Cincy, another Ohio show. They're in Connecticut, Jersey, North Carolina, Texas, a couple of Texas shows, San Antonio and Austin. Albuquerque with the tour ending at Chula Vista, California on September 13th. That tour will be opened by Catfish and the Bottommen, because Against Me will be on the arena leg, which I'll be seeing them doing, like I mentioned. So there you go. A lot of tours announced by Foreigner, U2, and Green Day. With that in mind, you've been attacked by the news from Zach. See you later. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.